It is the morning of day one. Raj wakes up and stares at the ceiling. He is feeling the physical weight of a new beginning, the kind of tension that makes it difficult to even sit up. He is tallying his disadvantages. He worries about his English fluency, the possibility of social isolation, and the very real chance that his peers will laugh at him the moment he tries to participate. This graph illustrates the imposter gap, the distance between a beginner's current reality and the peak of professional success. For Raj, this void feels like an impossible distance to cross. When the gap feels this large, it triggers a freeze response. The brain obsesses over small, controllable variables, like the choice of shoes or the styling of hair. This anxiety effectively widens the gap before the first day even begins. Early career struggles are frequently rooted in this specific psychological pressure. Facing that massive void entirely alone makes the first step feel like a risk most aren't willing to take. In another part of the city, Ananya is entering the same campus. She appears confident to those walking past her, but she is mentally cycling through the exact same list of fears as Raj. They eventually meet at a crowded notice board. Both are searching for a classroom, and both are struggling to navigate the noise and the crowds of the first-year environment. When Raj admits he is nervous, he finds immediate common ground. Ananya is feeling it too. The admission of shared struggle breaks the tension of the morning. This creates a peer anchor. When two people acknowledge their shared vulnerability, it validates the beginner's experience. It makes the environment feel manageable. They agree to practice their English together daily. This small commitment shifts their focus away from the massive imposter gap and toward a single, manageable habit they can control. Bridging the professional gap begins with finding a peer anchor to stabilize the journey. By year 2, the goal shifts. Surviving the first day was the baseline, but now they have to turn their ambition into professional currency. Raj and Ananya spend their afternoons in the library, working through the friction of drafting Raj's first professional resume. They are learning to extract soft skills from their daily life. Their commitment to English practice and their teamwork on class projects are recoded as communication and collaboration for the corporate market. Defining a resume objective forces a transition. It requires Raj to move from being a student who receives information to an active participant ready to offer value to the economy. Professional growth requires this explicit translation. A hiring manager only understands the skills that have been coded into their language. Raj takes his new resume into his first major internship interview. He struggles with the technical questions. He loses his train of thought. He leaves the room knowing he failed. The rejection is immediate. His confidence vanishes. Back to his day one belief. He simply lacks the inherent talent. This is a dangerous psychological inflection point. There is an instinct to take a single professional failure and internalize it as a permanent identity flaw. This rejection crucible serves as a filter. It stalls those who lack a framework for processing the inevitable friction of a new career. Ananya intervenes before Raj can quit. She redirects his focus away from the emotional sting of the rejection and toward the objective facts of the interview. This is the growth mindset, externalizing failure. Instead of a personal flaw, the no becomes actionable data. He isolates two variables, communication speed and confidence level. They begin a daily practice loop, refining his performance until it becomes automatic. This methodical approach changes his preparation for the next round of applications. He is no longer hoping for a better result. He is training for one. Professional resilience is the systematic conversion of rejection into a targeted practice routine. This loop of practice and adjustment works. By the end of their final year, both Raj and Ananya have secured their first corporate roles. Over the next decade, they encounter 1,000 more rejections and hurdles. They apply the same methodology to every promotion they seek and every new skill they need to acquire. After 10 years of this continuous cycle, Ananya has risen to a senior management position at a multinational corporation. And Raj, the student who once feared a basic English conversation, has used that same iterative process to build and lead his own company. Bridging that initial imposter gap took a decade of sustained, compounding momentum. The distance between the paralyzed student on day one and the CEO leading a team is immense, yet it was crossed one small habit at a time. This curve shows how career growth accumulates. Significant success is the result of surviving and repeating micro-actions over a long period. Early failures and rejections serve as mandatory checkpoints. They provide the specific data needed to fuel the upward trajectory of the curve. Long-term mastery rests on the ability to survive the paralysis of day one, find a peer anchor, and maintain the practice loop.